Well, hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with you for Arcadia Economics. And this morning we did have some news out from Fortuna Silver as they have released their third quarter production numbers, which came in with record gold and gold equivalent production for the quarter. That included 94,821 ounces of gold and 1.7 million ounces of silver, which brings them up to 219,000 ounces of gold and 4.5 million ounces of silver on the year. And I'll take you through the highlights here as the gold equivalent production of 128,671,000 ounces is a 38% increase over the second quarter this year and a 26% increase compared to the third quarter of last year. And the record gold production of 94,821 ounces was driven mainly by Ségla, which had its first full quarter of production. And at Yaramoko, Fortuna also increased its guidance upward to 110 to 120,000 ounces, which was driven by higher average gold grades. Lindero, San Jose, and Cayoma also showed steady performance, which is leaving Fortuna in position to achieve its annual production guidance of 282 to 320,000 ounces of gold and between 6.3 and 6.9 million ounces of silver, for a gold equivalent production range of 412 to 463,000 ounces of gold. Now taking a look at Ségla, where they are on track to achieve the midpoint of the 60 to 75,000 ounce of gold figure in the second half of 2023. Mine production totaled 502,000 tons of ore at an average grade of 3.48 grams per ton. And the first stage of grade control drilling was completed at the Ancien deposit, where the results are currently being processed, and stripping and initial mining of oxide material is scheduled to begin in the fourth quarter. At Kula, the initial grade control drilling has started and should be completed in the fourth quarter. And in the third quarter at Ségla, Fortuna had 6% lower ore tonnage, although 29% higher grades, resulting in 22% more gold extracted than predicted by their model. At the processing plant, 310,387 tons of ore were treated at an average grade of 3.83 grams per ton, which produced 31,498 ounces of gold. And the throughput at the processing plant was gradually increased throughout that third quarter and reached 174 tons per hour in September, which is 13% higher than the nameplate capacity. At Yaramoko, Fortuna produced 34,000 ounces of gold at an average head grade of 7.72 grams per ton gold, 25 and 24% increases compared to the third quarter in 2022. And as a result of the higher average head grades and greater widths of mineralization, Fortuna has raised Yaramoko's annual gold production range from 92,000 to 102,000 ounces up to 110 to 120,000 ounces. And gold production for the first 9 months came in at 89,476 ounces. At Lindero in Argentina in the third quarter, they mined 1.9 million tons of ore, with 1.5 million tons placed on the leach pad at an average gold grade of 0.62 grams per ton. The gold production came in at 20,933 ounces, 30% lower to the third quarter in 2022 as a result of the lower head grade, although higher stripping of waste in these first 9 months will allow improved access to higher grade material for the fourth quarter. And gold production for the first 9 months there totaled 71,647 ounces. And as of September 30th, the leach pad expansion project is 13% complete and remains on schedule for completion during the second half of 2024. Over at San Jose in Mexico, they produced 1,372,530 ounces of silver at an average head grade of 189 grams per ton and 8,205 ounces of gold at a head grade of 1.14 grams per ton. They are expecting the gold production to fall slightly below the 34 to 37,000 ounce mark as a result of the blockade that had the San Jose mine shut down for about 2 weeks in the second quarter, although they are on track to meet the silver production guidance range of 5.3 to 5.8 million ounces of silver. And during the first 9 months, they totaled 3,633,000 ounces of silver and 22,213 ounces of gold. The decrease in silver and gold production in this year's third quarter is due to a declining grade profile of the mineral reserves in their mine plan, although they did do infill drilling earlier this quarter that led to the discovery of the Yessi vein at San Jose, where they intersected 1,299 grams per ton silver equivalent over 9.9 meters and intersected 621 grams per ton silver equivalent over 5 meters. And additional drilling is underway to define the extent and geometry of the discovery, while mineralization remains open along strike to the north and south and at depth. At the Cayoma mine in Peru, they produced 308,221 ounces of silver, which was a 6% increase over 2022 at an average head grade of 83 grams per ton and on track to achieve the upper end of annual guidance, with silver production for the first 9 months totaling 896,582 ounces. Zinc and lead production came in at 14 and 10.3 million pounds respectively, 18 and 14% increases over the third quarter 2022, with higher average head grades at 5.07% and 3.66%, with zinc and lead production for the first 9 months of 2023 coming in at 41.1 and 30.1 million pounds respectively. So there are the latest production figures for Fortuna, which largely thanks to the Ségla mine have come in at record production for the company. Link to this press release is in the description field below, so you can take a look through that and go a little more closely through the numbers. Thanks as always for tuning in, and I will see you again a little bit later today.